them with a little something, and then we'll start as we normally do. There you go, buddy. This is Tom, by the way.
Tuesday night, you look like your mother, not your father. On behalf of the village of Peotone, we would like to take the opportunity to thank this young man for his service and what he's about to do. Right, I have here a certificate from the village, a certificate of appreciation for you. And also we have a pin. This pin we do not give away. We don't give away for service to the community. We're going to do great service. We'd like you to have that. We'd like you to have this pen. On behalf of and the veterans, I wish you good health and safety.
Okay. Every Thursday night we have country dancing here. We have some of our dancers here tonight. We throw in a little bit of money every week, and we've been collecting this year for Adopt a Soldier. We'd like to present you with a check for $500.
Oh man, that's what makes this all possible, guys. I'm telling you what.
So try it.
So try it. Oh, and I'm not big enough mouth. You always tell me I have a big mouth. Testing. Testing.
That's right.
Is this karaoke? No, I'm kidding. Okay. All right. Before we actually start, we do have another village trustee whose son is also an adopted soldier who is also stationed in Hawaii. We're going to hook you guys up. Has been videotaping these ceremonies for quite some time now and provides the family with a CD. So I'm going to ask you to watch the camera back there. And veterans and military people, watch your mouths. And me. Okay. No, I'm really good. And then you guys will receive one of the CDs. Anybody else in the family wants one, talk to Roy and you can probably set it up. Okay, we'll get started and I'll behave. Right, I am. Jerry was just telling me that I need to explain what all this is, and that's how I usually start. But as I said, Jerry Wicker needed to get in and get out. So I'm going to start from the beginning. My name is Sue Wackerlin. I am a military mom. I have 3 children that are veterans, and one that is still currently serving in the Air Force. If you can't hear me, tell me, because it just drives me crazy. I started this program about 2 years ago now. What started this is my oldest son joined the Marine Corps, and it was tough. All my friends their kids were going off to college, and they're boo-hooing, and hey, it's very admirable. I'm proud. But let me tell you what, it was hard to swallow. To let them cry on my shoulder when my kid was possibly going off to war. I'm getting a sign, you can't hear me. So, I found myself very alone. When my son first left for boot camp, you would have thought he had gone off to war already. I was a blubbering idiot. Nobody understood, and I just felt real alone. So that was one of the reasons that this all started. My second reason was my son did 2 tours of duty in Iraq. One in the very beginning, when there were no tent cities, I don't think, at that point. Michael, one of my oldest Marines here, but, well, not oldest, sorry, Michael. Adopted one. But it was rough over there. There was no contact. And he came back, and when he first came home for his leave, I realized that the son, the young man I had sent in, had come back a different man. It was a very difficult time. My husband didn't serve. My father served, but is gone.
So I had nobody I could talk to. There's no feeling in the world when you hear your child screaming in the middle of the night, and you call his buddies and say, what do I do? And they say, Mom, don't go near him. Turn on the light from the side of the house, side of the room, and just holler to him from there. And it just broke my heart. And then I found a little piece of heaven right here in Peotone. Sometimes I can get through this. And you're in it right now. The Peotone American Legion right here. I found myself among veterans that understood. And I started working here and started getting to know these guys, hearing a little bit of their story, not much, just enough. So I signed that out and I kept saying to them, come to the Legion. You got all these veterans, you got all these guys that, they know what you're going through. I don't want to go, Mom. We hear about this as God's waiting room. Well, I'm here to change that. These young men need every veteran that's walked their shoes to help them. So I had my son come in, sat at the bar. One of my Vietnam vets was here, who I now know has PTSD, that has been in control of him for most of his life. And without a word being said, I saw my son's body language relax for the first time in 6 years. And not a word was spoken. And I realized all those times when he was having trouble and he was down and he kept saying, I'm going back in the Corps. I'm going back to my brothers. And I'm like, I don't get this. That's what caused this. But I realized that day that he needed his brothers. It wasn't about the Corps. It wasn't about the Army or Navy or your individuality there. It was about the brothers that have served our country. So that made my little brain start thinking. And that's how Untitled Soldier was formed. So I realized that not only do the families need the support, the kids need the support, the fathers, the sisters, the wives, everybody that are left home. If our young men and women know that their families here are taken care of, they can focus on their mission. They can do what they have to do. They don't have to worry about, is Mom okay? I know she's watching the news and she's worried. Whatever it may be. It used to be we only worried about when they were deployed. But we need to take a minute for those victims in Fort Hood. Okay? And we also need to pay attention to the fact, and I know people will disagree with me. The shooter, it was wrong. PTSD can't be used as an excuse. But there's a problem. A problem that the VA has ignored too long. And so we need to stand up for these kids. The suicide rate for some of these soldiers coming back is so high. Hopefully, if we can get them comfortable, parents, siblings, wives, while you're home, come to the Legion, support us, get together with us, help us. When they come home on leave, bring them down here. Buy them a pop. That was for television. And involve them. So 6 years, 10 years, whenever they are done with their service to the country, this is home to them. You won't have to plead with them. Go down there. There's guys that understand. Because you know what? If these young guys don't start coming in, there's not going to be a Legion. And then I hate to see what this country's going to become without our veterans being supported by the citizens. So, and I want you to know, this is nothing special about me. People say, oh, Sue. No. Somebody just had to have a mouth and had to pave the path. Because you know what? Y'all wouldn't be here if you didn't believe in this cause. You wouldn't be here if you didn't want to support your veterans. You didn't want to support Tom. You didn't want to support all the men and women that are like him. So multiply that. This is one town. There's a lot of us that have the vision that I have. And so, we need to continue to support our veterans, that support these young men and women, that support our communities. If people knew what these guys do, you just wouldn't imagine. So I started with the Untitled Soldier. Then I met this guy. Come on up here. Yeah, right? Alan Blog, Vietnam veteran. I moseyed over to his house one day, in the garage having a pop. And we started, we started chatting, and I don't even know how it happened, but by the grace of God. And we started talking about Nam, and he started sharing with me, and we cried a little bit, a lot of it. And I was telling him a story about how when my son went away to Iraq, I gave him a cross. It doesn't matter what religion you are. I personally don't believe in religion. I'm a Christian though, and I believe that without him, we really don't have a lot of hope. And Alan had a story and brought out something, and so we decided on that day that Adopt a Soldier wasn't going to stand on precedence. That I believe that these kids need to have this cross, and I found the perfect man to give it to them. So we're going to start with that. So I'm going to have, and I gave it away. I'm going to have Tom come up here.
First give him his story.
You think I would forget? You always do.
Okay, to start this program out tonight, did you hear about the 3 rabbis? Oh, sorry. The wrong program.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, right.
Anyway, after meeting with Sue, is some of the people there have already heard this story many times, but we've done this like 37. But oh, Mike, I know all that thing. I got to Vietnam in early 1969. We landed at Benoit Air Force Base. Well, the airport was under attack. And we had our Kevlar and our helmets, but all of our weapons that we trained with were in the belly of the plane. So we got off the plane, and down at the bottom of this gangplank there was a Marine Corps chaplain with a baseball cap on. You know, like a wrestler. And he was busting the soldiers, and it was like he was at a Sunday picnic or something. There were balls flying everywhere. And he gave me this cross. And this is the actual cross. A hemp rope, everything, from 1969. Teeth marks in it. During battle, he put them in my mouth so he wouldn't make noise. And anyway, then they gave us an M16 500 rounds ammo to finish up, help with the airport thing. I wore this the whole time I was there. It brought me back home, where I had seen a lot of my friends on either side of me die. So I brought it back. I've given it to my father-in-law, who we had, he was 82, I think, and quadruple. I do it all the time. Okay.
What about the rabbis? What happened to them? Come on.
But anyway, and quadruple bypass me too, chances are, well, I gave him a cross. Well, he's still here today, and I give it to him one more time, and he's still here. And I've given it to some nephews of mine that went to war, some in Iraq, some in Afghanistan, and one nephew that was sick, and I loaned it to him, and they all brought it back. Now, I'm not saying there's anything magical about this, and it's not about religion. I feel the cross is nothing more than confidence in God, your country, and yourself. So that's why I still have it, and I lend it out to anybody. Well, I'm not. 10 years ago. So anyway, tonight I'm gonna give Tom a cross. It's not like the one like this one. And we've been doing where when the recruits go in, let me backtrack a little bit. Part of it is the Vietnam veterans were like a forgotten soldier. Nobody knew where he went, nobody knew where he come home, nor did they care. They threw rocks at us. But anyway, his SUS program, his post, is these soldiers are thought about before they go, and during, and when they come home.
Amen.
Where's time gone? Come on. We've been doing since the recruits going in cannot wear anything that's not military. So we've been giving the crosses to the mothers to wear and protect till they finish their training. Since Tom's been in, I'm gonna give this cross to the mother to put on. This is Soledad, and she is going to put the cross in. Now we go back to the rabbit joke while she's going. Hey, I'm not done. Now there's one more thing. Now I'm big on this. This started with Easy Company in World War II. Everybody's heard of the Band Brothers. And this is not just men soldiers. We have women soldiers. And I'm gonna back up one more thing. I spent all my time as a ground pounder in what they call the camp in Vietnam, where food was hard to get because they couldn't drop 2 leaves. And we were a bunch of 18, 19, 20-year-olds, proud, hard-fighting kids. But I have to bring up, and I have some friends in this audience, is helicopter, male and female helicopter gunship pilots, Huey pilots that would find a way to get us food, and the Air Force. Air Force, stand up.
Stand up.
Air Force.
Come on, Air Force.
It's every American service person, man and woman. Now, I've enjoyed the honor time in to the Band Brothers, and there was a certain handshake. That's love. This is brothers forever. This is love.
You take it out of here. I want to bring something up really quick, and sometimes I have time to do it, and sometimes I don't. But yeah, let's give Al a hand, because you know what? That's tough. I have to tell you that part of what I was talking about this becoming home and the brothers after our sons and daughters get out, is that the tears that you see, the emotion that you see, in 2 years I have seen come out. For some of these guys, maybe the first time. So it's a healing process that you are becoming part of, that you all are becoming a part of, that it's accepted, it's real, that Vietnam is not forgotten, and that these welcome homes would not be happening if it was not for the Vietnam veterans. I have so many of them tell me, after what I went through, as long as I'm alive, there will never be a soldier come home. So I want my Vietnam veterans to stand up right now. Vietnam veterans, please stand up. Kids, get up. I was also told a story, I hope that takes long enough. I was also told a story by one of my favorite guys. My dad's gone, but this man has replaced my father, which I never thought that could happen. And he told me, which I didn't know because I'm so young, you know, I'm 29, I know this stuff. But unbeknownst to me, our Korean War veterans didn't get the welcome homes that you see today, and I did not know that. And I would like to honor my Korean War veterans right now. Would you please stand up?
Thank you for your service. Thanks, Roger.
And I just was told that we do have a World War II vet here, which I knew. World War II veteran. Harold Hickey. Thank you for your service. If one of your generation had been around, we would have seen what happened to those veterans. All right, we'll get all the vets up. I'm on a tangent. Now I need to ask one of our vets, Vic Van Horn. And again, remember, what you're seeing is true emotion from these guys, so I appreciate your patience with it.
Hey, bobblehead. Submariners are, excuse me, can you hear me? Submariners are also known as bubbleheads. Have a couple more right here. Tom is on his way to his first submarine, USS Houston, I believe, in Hawaii. Tom's submarine is a nuke. I was all diesel. Diesel. Can you smell us? On behalf of the American Legion, here's a coin, the American Legion emblem on it. When you get in a tough spot, look at it. It'll remind you of the support you have at home and of the American Legion.
All right. Okay, I have Ed here with the Sons of the American Legion. You're just getting all kinds of recognition. Now, what the bubbleheads forgot to tell you. Ha! I had to do that. Well, you're 21, so I don't have to make that joke. Oh, someone's got to get me the shot glass. Michael. You don't have to drink it. I just need you to get it. Okay. That coin also, when you come in, you put that on the bar. And I usually say we'll buy you a pop because you're not 21, but you're 21, so we'll buy you a beer. All right. Go ahead, Ed.
I thought you were supposed to buy a round.
Oh, and Alan offers you first.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ed Kavanaugh. I'm the State Commander for the Sons of the American Legion. It's always a pleasure to attend one of these ceremonies because it gives me an opportunity to extend my appreciation for the devotion to the country that these young men exhibit. I have a certificate of honor here. It states the Sons of the American Legion, Detachment of Illinois, Certificate of Honor. This certificate is presented to honor Tom Shereck in recognition and grateful appreciation for serving in the United States Armed Forces in the name of freedom and democracy, and for allegiance to God and country, and courageously protecting our liberty and independence, presented by the Detachment of Illinois on this 6th day of April 2014, and signed by myself, the detachment commander. And I also have a Sons of the American Legion coin, which means we have your back at any time. So I appreciate your service.
Vic, you had something else real quick?
Yeah. Tom, are you getting married or?
I've got a wife.
Silly me.
This is Dana, Tom's wife.
Everybody else is getting crosses. But this is from the veteran community. So you can look at that and it'll remind you of Tom out at sea spending all that hard time. Want to go fishing? We thought you should have one of those as well.
Okay, that wasn't so hard, was it? All right. I'm going to ask for, we've had a lot of vets stand up, so what we normally do at this point is I want all of my veterans to come up here, whether you're a member of this post or not, and welcome, Tom. I'd like to ask Michael, I'm not making you talk. Michael Zeman is U.S. Marine Corps, one of my adopted soldiers, my youngest, and he is home because he's stationed at Great Lakes now. So I'm so thrilled to have him here, and he can be such a mentor to some of these kids that are still active and still in. So when we form up, Michael, I'd like you to be the first one to shake Tom's hand. How do we do this? I need to mention this because I never do, and we really need to, because wintertime's a hard time. Every dollar that adopted soldier makes, we put back in. Whether it be to our veterans or to our soldiers. If you look at our sweatshirts and our t-shirts, it says supporting our troops and veterans beyond the yellow ribbon. What that means is we go that extra mile as often as we can. And we're getting even more organized as we get bigger. We have to. This past Christmas, we didn't have a lot of kids overseas, thank God. So the ones that were coming home, we saw them, whatever, but the ones that we didn't, we all, the moms and everybody, we made cookies, homemade cookies, and we exchanged and we sent these boxes out to the kids. And I'm a firm believer as a fundraiser, if you've got money sitting in that account, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. So we decided as a group to take our money and support the homeless veterans in Manteno. Let me tell you what, we went down there, they all got 1 to 3 new shirts, I think, right guys? We bought pizza, like 14, 15 pizzas, took pop down there, but the most important thing is we spent time with these guys. So I guess my moral to the story is we're at our fundraising starting now to get boosted for the summer. Anybody that's interested in going out there with us and doing some craft shows or different things in the area, there's a pad of paper over by our station. Tiffany, Michael's wife, the redhead over there, and Laura, who's one of our military moms, would love to get your email address if you're interested. I shoot out mass emails, they tell you about coinings, they tell you when I need help doing a fundraiser somewhere. In order to keep the project going and do what we put our money where our mouth is, we can use all the help we can get. So please stop by the table, look at some of the things we've done, and sign up, because we'd love to have you on board. So without further ado, can I get my bets? Michael, you want to start it out? Any veteran, you don't have to be a member of the post, come up and let's welcome Tom. The American Legion also has just started the Sons of the American Legion, so some of you men say, how can I join? Talk to Ed, he'll tell you how to get into the Sons of the American Legion so you can become involved. Ladies, you can get involved in the Women's Auxiliary also, so talk to us. Thanks for coming. Our food's out, and so as soon as we get done with that, no, our food's not out, but it will be. Okay. We're gonna have the best day up here to take pictures, anybody that wants to take pictures. Karen has been so supportive of Adopt a Soldier, with the paper and all kinds of time. But you can't take pictures, and then we're gonna get the family, any pictures mom and dad wanna have, we'll get them with Tom and Dana, and then we're good.
She thinks she might be good. She's the best.
No,